just roll with it. All right, we're recording. Hi guys. If you can show me your faces, I would like to see them. Okay, so this is our conference recap for our team, and I am excited to share more of the things with you guys. Conference last year changed my life. I'm going to start a little bit about like where I was, if you haven't heard it, but I walked into conference not really having a team. And I was building my husband because if I was going to work anybody's business, I was going to work and benefit from the business. So I signed up Jason, and I walked into conference re-ranking Ruby like by myself. And like I just built everybody in that. At that point, we needed 5 400 boxes. So I rebuilt Ruby and walked into conference at the end of January. And then in end of February, I went Emerald. And at the end of March, I went Diamond. And so like that is how just crazy conference was, because I walked into conference not really seeing that I could promote that quickly and not really seeing like what was in front of me. And I knew what this business could do, and I knew what this business had to offer. I didn't see it, and I didn't know how I was going to get there. But I locked arms with my team. I mean, I didn't have a huge team, but I know I'm going to call you out. You know it's coming. But Lindsay, I called her up and I was like, are you in or are you out? Because she needed a break in the business. And sorry, I'm distracted by whatever Heather is doing with her child. But I messaged her and I was like, are you in? I'm going after a $10,000 bonus. Do you want to run after it with me? And she's like, yep, let's do it. And so we started running, and Brandy joined my business, and we locked arms, and like it was boom, 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 like promotion after promotion, because I locked arms with 2 people on my team to hit that first promotion. And like it exploded from there. And I didn't see it happening. And I know, like, I think some of you might be in the same headspace that I was in last year, that you can't see Ruby or you can't see Emerald, or how am I going to get to Diamond? You guys, like, I just put in the work. I got to work. And I mean, a lot of you on here are on my team, and you joined me last year. And it was, in the process of going Emerald and Diamond and pushing for these promotions, right? Like, it's crazy, because I mean, there was one of you on my team last year, like when I walked into conference. So just know that like all the stuff that we're about to tell you and all the things that we're experiencing, don't count yourself out of these promotions. Don't count yourself out from anything, because if you put in the work and you have the drive and you have the discipline to complete your tasks every single day, there is no reason why you cannot work towards these promotions. And I know some of us have had like a down month where like, oh, I haven't signed anybody yet. I signed a customer today that used to be a distributor, and I've been working on her since she decided to not work the business anymore. I think it's been about 8 or 9 months, and she signed today. And like, it's our job to be consistent in our posting, in our stories, in what we're talking about, in growing our network. And that is the biggest thing. And the biggest thing that you can do is to talk about what the business is doing for you, and to show people that you paid for gas, or you paid for groceries, or you just got all your products for free. Because that is important to people. People can see that for themselves, and they could see that this is doing something for you outside of you're posting on social media, because people don't always understand it. So I'm also going to say a little bit about this conference. For myself, it's way different than it was last year because I brought a team. And there was 6 of you from my direct downline that went to conference with us. And it was freaking amazing because I got to show you guys like what it was all about. And I got to introduce you guys to our top leaders and our friends in the business, and you got to interact with all of these people, and you got to meet Brianne in person, and like she's my soulmate, and I loved that we all got to do this. And I know Mandy feels the same way, that we got to bring our team to conference and like get you in that arena. And the fact that like they had all of these different panels and like breakout sessions basically, and they had different leaders up on the panels. So Jade Hooper was on one, Cheyenne Knox was on one, Sherry Lynn Alcala. So they talked about mindset, and they talked about the business, and they talked about where they were a year ago, where they were 4 years ago. Sherry Alcala talks about how she went to conference 4 years ago, and she stood in the back of the room and wasn't really in it, didn't see the vision, didn't really understand or think that it was possible to earn money, to do all of the things. And she walked in this conference as the number 2 income earner in the company. She was number 6 last year. 6 to 2. Because she made a decision last year that she was going to be the number 2 income earner, and she did it. But 4 years ago, she couldn't see this. And there was Cami walked around the arena and was like talking to different people. And the one person she pulled from, she had asked the entire arena to pray for her mom. Her mom isn't doing well. And just how she like saw what this community could do for her and her family, and how that they're getting out of debt and how they're doing all of these things. But the fact that like this entire arena rallied around her was just, it brought tears to my eyes, because it was just like, you felt it. You felt the energy from coming from everybody. And to be in a room with like-minded individuals or people that may have the same thoughts, like, am I good enough for this? Am I worthy of this? Can I do this? And people spoke to all of that. And they are living proof that all of our doubts and all of our fears can be set aside. And I mean, I'm going to let all of you guys speak a little bit more, because I feel like what you guys have to say is definitely going to help everybody here. So first up is Lindsay.
Unmute now. Oh, okay. Hey guys. Okay, so okay. So I want to kind of just talk about, so I was actually supposed to go to conference last year, and like Danielle said, I kind of taken a step back in the business. I had bought my ticket when they first went on sale. Other things happened, and I didn't end up going to conference. So this was my first conference, and it was absolutely amazing for multiple reasons. So like Danielle said, we got to meet some of the top leaders, like Brianne. She's a real person. Like, I hugged her. Guys, I'm going on vacation with her for free. Like, I won the trip to Margaritaville. Yeah, Justin's over there going, and with me. And I am going on this trip. Like, I am the same person that all of you guys are. Like, I'm working the business. I'm still way down here. Like, I'm nowhere special. I'm nobody special. Like, I still cannot believe that this trip is true and that it's happening. But guys, this business is providing so many opportunities for us. And like I was kind of talking with Danielle earlier and a few other people earlier, like Mark put these bonuses out there for us, not because they're unattainable or anything of that nature. These bonuses are so attainable, and he put it out there because he knows we can do it. He knows we are made for more. Like, we can be more for ourselves. And we just have to lock arms with each other and go after those bonuses, because they are life-changing bonuses that are literally on the line. And Mark put them out there for a reason. So there's that. But honestly, like, being at conference has completely changed everything. There has been a huge like mind shift within myself, I know, and I could probably, others that went to conference can attest to it. But being in the arena and being around like-minded people and hearing the stories of people who started from the bottom and hearing their stories of how they worked their way up is just amazing. So if I would give like any one tip, it is to start saving now. This month, save $5 if that's all you can save. Whatever you can save this month, save something small to work towards being able to get to conference next year, because I'm telling you guys, you want to be there in person. Like, it is crazy. Like, I sat next to Danielle the entire conference, and it was ridiculous. Like, I'm pretty sure we held hands a majority of the conference because we just couldn't take what was happening or being told. Like, it's crazy, guys. Like, I never thought I would cry as much as I did in front of as many people as I did. Like, honestly, being there is, like, if you are true about this business and you are wanting this business to work, being at conference is one thing that you need to have on your dream board. It is one thing, honestly. And just, I'm ready, guys. I'm ready to go after these bonuses. Like, I have these feelings in my body, like in my bones and my soul and everything that I'm doing, like, that big things are happening for our team. Like, big. And it's going to happen.
I agree. Okay, Brandy, you ready? No, not ready.
I'm always ready.
Perfect. I love it.
Hello, guys. So this conference was my first conference. First time meeting everybody but Mandy. And I had only met Mandy one other time before that. So it was a pretty huge learning experience for me. I hugged more people in one weekend than I have in a lifetime. So let's see. I tried to think about this a little bit. I would say that outside of listening to everyone else's stories and figuring out how to make TikToks after we had had one too many drinks, the biggest takeaway that I took and that I would recommend everyone do is figure out your word. Figure out a word that you can reflect on throughout the entire year and that you can focus on, and let it be your driving force, and pray over it. Watch God pull you in a direction that you weren't expecting and run with it, because the one thing that this company will show you is that anything is possible. Like Danielle said, Sherry, was it Sherry or Sheila?
Sherry Lynn.
That was sitting in the back 4 years prior, and then, okay. So somehow I've started following her. I don't know how. I don't remember.
love her.
Well, I've taken a lot of stuff from her posts and stuff like that, but that's a pretty huge example of, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. And guys, I do not care what it is. I don't care if you want to make more than Joel and Stephanie Dunn. It's doable. I would say that with their personalities, that they would probably love the competition for somebody to say that they were taking their spot. So, and yeah, I got a hug from him too. So, yeah, like Lindsay said, start saving now because conference is important. If you want to succeed in this business, conference should be mandatory, in my opinion. So that is all I got to say.
Thank you. Sorry for getting lipstick on your white hoodie.
I think I got it out.
Okay, good. I got out your makeup from my white coat, so we're even. Okay, Heather.
Hi.
Hi.
So, I have a couple of my newbies on here, so that's pretty good. But my one thing, this is my first year going, and the environment alone was huge for me. Walking into a room, everybody is there for the same exact thing. They're all going for the same exact goal. And my one wish out of conference was to meet the Dunns. And Danielle made that happen. I met half of them. I was able to pretty much hug Joel. And I felt his tummy a little bit, and she captured a picture of that too. But it's amazing. You're in such close environment with everybody. Like all the hotels are right there next to each other. So who you're going to run into, you have no idea. And I mean, Lindsay, Danielle, and I did a TikTok with Rachel and Courtney McGreevy. So, I mean, it's just no clue. It's like you're meeting rock stars. It's just amazing to see everybody and get along with everybody. Everybody's super nice, and just walking into the arena every single day, not knowing what to expect, but the energy and the atmosphere was just huge. And there were lots of tears and lots of laughs and everything. So you need to make sure you're there next year. So I see Liz and Stephanie on there. I want you guys there with us next year, all of you guys on here, but you definitely need to go through it to understand. And it makes you, once you get home, even when you're there at the hotel, you want to work, you want to get to the next step. And as soon as they announce those bonuses, it's like, all right, I need to get on my phone right now and share with us. And when they release a new product, like, you're right there, you're the first one to know what's going on, and then you get to fill everybody else in. But we just hope that you guys were all there with us. But there's always next year. It was huge. It's the best feeling in the world. And I, a month beforehand, was like, I'm not going because I'm not leaving my daughter for 4 days. I cried talking to my daughter over the phone. So but it was totally worth it. Totally worth it. And I'm doing it for her, so she'll learn that eventually.
But you both survived.
We did. My husband
and you're
took care of her.
stronger because of it.
Yes.
I do feel like coming out of conference, like, you go in with a certain mindset or a certain like thought process, and like you go to conference and like everything gets like solidified. Like, you're on the right path, you're going the right direction, and like as you're building your teams, like I see leaders coming out of conference, like you become a stronger person for your business, and it's really cool to see. Who else said this? Tom or Amy or Julie or Annette, do you guys want to say anything?
I will.
Okay.
So basically, with conference, for me, I'll just share something with you guys really quick about myself, that just a little bit that I was going through and what conference did for me. I was just struggling the last couple months. I think I'm going through some like postpartum depression, anxiety, stuff like that. So I kind of I really wanted to go to conference, and I bought the ticket. And then as it kind of led up to it, I kind of was getting like nervous about going, and kind of like, I'm not sure if I really want to go anymore, just because of my mindset and how I was feeling and everything. And when I went, I do have to tell you guys that going there and being there with everybody really helped change my mindset around. Like, it really helped being around everybody and just the vibes there, just like being in the arena, listening to Mark and like everybody there. It really helped me being in my mindset that I was in to help me like start to get out of it and start to feel better. And to like a lot of people that are there, like the one thing that I feel a lot too is like, you see, you know, and you shouldn't compare yourself to people, but people do it all the time. And you're looking at Facebook stories and you're like, oh, they have this perfect life. They have this and they have that. But when you go to conference and you start talking with people and you start listening to what they say, everyone is the same. Like, they feel it's difficult. They're trying to find time in the day. They're got their kids. They're trying to get everything that you're feeling, they're feeling too. And that was like a really big takeaway for me that really helped me out. I was listening to like, we were like after, I think it's been a day, my mind is just like totally like out there. Work was so crazy today. Where was I going with this? Okay, so the night that we picked our words was absolutely amazing. And I didn't even know that we were going to be doing that. And that was just kind of like, picking out those words really helped solidify conference for me, because I was just, it was seriously like, you guys, it was like a Ouija board almost. Like, and I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but it was just like very like spiritual, and like everyone's words that they pick out like meant something to them and like applied to them. And here we are just picking out random words out of like, I don't know how many Mandy had, if she had like 50 or so. The words people picked were like crazy. It's just like they meant so much, and they apply to everybody that picked the words. Even Brian picked a word. It was like crazy because she came up to say bye and everything like that. But it was really fun being able to talk, you know, like with our words and like what it meant to us. And it just, I mean, that whole thing, like I was not even expecting that, but that really helped me a lot. And listening to everybody too, like what they're struggling with and going through. And it's just like, you would never know. You would never know just based off looking at Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. Another thing too that really, really helped me and is really helping me right now. A bunch of the girls, like after conference, everything, I think it was Saturday, they were like working and stuff like that. And I heard Rochelle talking to this girl or whatever, and she was saying like a lot of the same things that I was feeling. And she was talking about it with Rochelle, like, you know, about spending time and trying to do this, and she's got her kids making dinner and when to find the time to do all this stuff. And again, too, it really helped hearing somebody else having the same thoughts and feelings that I was going through. And I was talking, and I actually started talking to Rochelle about it. And Rochelle, you guys, Rochelle is amazing, and you guys should all meet her. She's just like the most amazing person. She's just so like, she's been through so much, but she's just got such a great mindset. And when I was talking with her about like how I felt, the one thing that she said to me that really, really helped me, and I've been really trying to apply to my life, so I wanted to share it with you guys, was she said, when you're doing stuff, be in the moment you're in. When you're with your kids, be with your kids. When you're working, work. Set aside that time, set like that designated time aside for that, because otherwise, if you're trying to answer messages on your phone, you're trying to take care of your kids, you're trying to cook dinner, like it's just really difficult. And that's, I feel like for me, that's when my mind starts going all crazy and wag. I'm like, I get stressed out. But she basically, when she said that to me, be in the moment you're in, if you're working, work, if you're with your kids, be with your kids. Obviously, you know, if a message comes across, like a customer or something you can answer real quick, whatever. But you know, something like that, okay, but work. You're not gonna scroll on Facebook, you're just gonna work your business. Message people, do posts, whatever it is. And I've been doing that since conference, and it's really helped me a lot to make my mindset better and not feel so flustered and anxious and everything like that. Sorry if that was really long, you guys.
No, that was
Yeah.
good. It's true. Like if you are constantly trying to multitask, like you don't ever feel like you got something accomplished, or you feel like you missed something, or like you're like stealing time from different things. And I know I do it too. Like, okay, well, I need to do dishes, but the laundry needs to be switched, and I'm playing with the kids, and I have messages to send out. Like, I don't ever get one thing accomplished. And I was like, whoa, I need to slow down. And it's not just in the business. It's like life in general as a mom.
Mhm.
And like,
Yeah.
I go to take a shower, but there's 85 things by the time I get to the shower. It's like an hour later, you know. So it's a really great point, because you want to be in the moment that you're in, because you can't focus on 95 things at once.
Yeah.
And it like scatters all of us.
And then it's like when Rochelle said that to me, that like just really like hit home for me. And I was like, oh my God, it was just like
Yeah.
I had this like moment of like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
So it really
Like I
helped.
know she sets Sundays. She is just family time on Sundays.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't respond to messages, like unless it's like a dire or something. But she doesn't do anything until Sunday night. So Sundays are her days with her family. And I mean, I sometimes feel that, like I prep a lot of stuff on Sundays. But if that's something that you need for your mindset, like set specific times aside for you and your family and just your mind. I mean, that's huge. Tom or Amy or Annette, do you guys want to say anything? No.
I'll say something really quick.
Okay.
Well, I don't know who all knows kind of what's been going on, but I had been having medical issues the past couple months. And when I went to Florida and went to conference with everybody, it was at the very end of my time off. And I actually went back to work on the 3rd. So literally we came back and I went back to work. But it was amazing going to conference. It brought so much joy to me, so much peace, so much strength that I never thought that I needed. And I was able to go back to work, just having that, coming off of that conference and just having that in my soul. It was amazing hearing everyone speak and just being able to be with everybody and just the whole group setting. I can't even describe everything that we went through, and meeting people that I've talked to that I didn't even think I would meet in real life. I was able to meet them. It was really cool. I seriously enjoyed myself so much. I can't say enough about going to conference. It is so meaningful and so powerful. It's just an amazing thing. So that's kind of how I felt.
I love it. Tom, does Amy want to say anything? No. Okay. We had the best time. And I feel like we all grew as people, as individuals, as leaders, as future leaders. You guys, like, I struggle, some days, and I know not all of you know that, or I don't talk to all of you about it, but, I have days where I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, or I don't know how I'm going to get to that next step. But I've done it before, right? Like I've gone from ruby to diamond. Like I can go from diamond to double, and I can go from diamond to triple. And some of the stuff for me was like, are these top leaders like, what if I was a one-hit wonder? What if I could only do this one time and I can't do it again? And like like Ashley Sinclair, I mean, Jade Hooper had talked about it. There was a couple others that were like, what if I can't do this again? And like they had to snap out of that. Like, okay, they're having the same thoughts and fears and doubts and all of the things. And it's humbling to see that I'm not by myself in this thought process, right? Because like, okay, we hit a rank and like either we lose rank or things fall apart a little bit differently, or somebody like quits. It happens to everybody. But if I can do it once, I can do it again. you know, and just to hear these stories and to hear like where people started. And like, I know if you follow Jade Hooper, she was broke, like had nothing when she started this business. Like she didn't pay a phone bill so that she could put the $99 up to start this business, and putting, you know, cloths on the wall because she couldn't afford to turn on the heat. And like, you either make that your reason to push or you make that your excuse. And it was so powerful. And it wasn't just, you know, a Jade Hooper story. That's like a lot of people's stories started with, I just decided not to pay a bill that day. And Sherry Alcala charged it on a credit card, I think. You know, like they wanted to pay for dance lessons and they were living, you know, paycheck to paycheck. And I mean, Cheyenne Knox, where's my girl Toria? I know Tori is a huge fan of Cheyenne, but there you are. Cheyenne had got up on stage and she was talking, and she had said that she did not want to follow in the footsteps of her circumstances. Her family had no money. They didn't have anything. I don't remember her entire story, but she didn't want to follow in the footsteps of like what was been presented before her. And she is the youngest presidential diamond in this business. And she told Mark Pentecost that she's going to be the youngest ambassador in this business. And I mean, she's a college student. She is in school full time and she's paid for school and doesn't have any debt. And she has a 6-figure savings. And she knew that there was something more for her, and she wanted something more for herself. I mean, she doesn't have kids. I have no idea if she's got any pets. I have no clue. But she just wanted to change what her life was going to be like. She didn't want to follow in that same path. And it's really up to you. Like, what do you want to do? And if you're willing to put in the work. And I know some days it's hard. Like today I got a ton of stuff done for my business and I feel great. I have more that I want to get accomplished. But like what I did today, I was like, wow, I killed it. Now, let me tell you, I've restarted the laundry. My dishes are still clean in the dishwasher and there's a sink full of dishes. There are toys everywhere. But my children are alive. They're both sleeping. Everybody survived today. And I got a ton of stuff done. Now, I did not do all of my normal things that I would do today. And Jason's not home. He's on shift today. So I made a choice. I chose to work my business because the kids were in a good place. And I chose to work more today than I would during like a normal day with my kids and by myself. But the one thing that I want to tell you is, I know we all have lives and we all have plans and we all have friends, or like we try to do stuff for ourselves. If whatever you're planning is not a heck yes, then it's a no. Like I got invited to a trivia night and it was like, meh, I could go, but I want this promotion. I want double this month and to get my husband's account to diamond. That is what I want. So if the things that I'm being asked to do is not a heck yes, it's a no, because I need to make a choice. And the same goes for all of you. Like if you are wanting to hit ruby, you want to hit emerald, you want to go for diamond by the end of March, there are choices you need to make in life for your business. And I know we joined to make an extra income around our families, around our lives. And that's fine. If you want to have like a hobby business, that's okay. We still love you. If you want promotions and you want these bonuses, there's some times that you cannot work it like a hobby. It has to be a business, and you have to say no to certain things. And I'm going to pick my family over friends and outings. I'm going to pick spending a night with my husband than going out. But on the other nights, I get to work, you know? So it really didn't resonate with me that when some of the top leaders were like, if it's not a heck yes, it's a no. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't even understand. And I want this promotion so bad. I need it for our family, but I want it because I get to help so many other people promote. I get to work alongside my team, and I get to lock arms with my team, and we get to do this together. And you find your sidelines and you find somebody running after the same promotion, lock arms with them. You want to hit Ruby for the first time? Find somebody in our team that's hitting Ruby for the first time, or that they're going for Ruby, and follow, like, not follow, but like communicate. What's the word I'm looking for?
Lock
I
arms.
lost the word. Lock arms. Yes, just do that. Just do that. And do all the tasks and like keep each other motivated. And like, it is life-changing to lock arms with a teammate. And it doesn't have to be on your downline. It can be on a sideline. It could be somebody, like if you went to conference, it could be somebody you met at conference. It could be somebody, we're going to be dropping a diamond chat for a diamond push chat by the end of March. And if you're serious, we're going to be real serious about it. And it's just, yes, Stephanie, keep each other accountable. Accountability partners. Are you doing all the things? You know, because, okay, I didn't sleep last night and I didn't get all my things done, or I had a crazy day at work. Okay, well, it took me 15 minutes to send out 55 messages to current customers. Okay, now I have to message the other 55 current customers before I go to sleep tonight. But if it only took me 15 minutes, I could do that for 15 minutes. So break it down into 15-minute increments if your day is crazy or children are nuts. Or before you make dinner, put up a post for the giveaway saying who would like $50 this week. And put it up there so people have time to comment. And then after dinner, you can go back and say, okay, I'm going to message you. And you message all the people, and then you can get haps up, right? Or you put up a post before bedtime, and then you message all of them in the morning. You know, Heather, what was it that you said in our chat today about messages in your inbox? You had said like, Heather is doing a lot of things. Her inbox is like blowing up.
Oh yeah, okay. So, well, the comment that I made was when I first started the business, I was listening to a lot of YouTube videos and that were like being sent to me in the chat. And one of them, they had mentioned that you know that you're working your business if you go into Messenger and there's always a new message that's not read. And literally, the past like 3 days, I will go into my Messenger and I have like 10 messages, or I don't know. Right now, I literally have a list going of like 19 people that I'm talking to that are interested in becoming a loyal customer. And it's just, I feel like I'm in such a great place right now. So it's like, I want to like, I brag to my husband all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have another customer. And he's like, cool. Like he's supportive, and he really is, because he helped me with my video that I posted yesterday. But it's just like, it just gives you a new rush. So I definitely, one of the big things that I recommend is add to your network, because I can tell you right now, more than half of these people that I have messaging me, I have no idea who they are. No idea. The ones that are commenting on my post that I've been putting up the past couple days, no clue who they are. But it's like, hey girl, how are you? Yeah, let's get you going with your goals. No clue what you want, but let's get it going. So if I didn't do that, I literally wouldn't have any of these messages or customers that I've signed up for the past 2 days. So
and what share what you're doing once you add them as a friend, or then they accept
Okay,
your
yeah. So as soon as I add them to my friends list, or I request the friend request or whatever, when it says that I got the request back and they approved it or whatever, I go in there and message each of them. I'm trying to find it now. Obviously, if it's a girl, I put, "Hey girl, just sending positive vibes your way this morning. Hope you have an amazing day." That simple message, you guys, literally, I will get messages back saying, "Thank you so much. I needed that today." And you have no idea what people are going through. So if they see that message and I literally reached out telling them, "I hope you have a good day, positive vibes your way." And if they needed it, if they're going through something that you don't know about, like, you just helped somebody majorly that day. So you're going to stick out. Your posts are going to stick out. They're going to be like, "Oh, I know who she is." So that's what I send, that simple message. And I get so much feedback from it. And literally today I sent that message and then they came back at me thanking me for messaging them and asked me asked me what they have to do to get started for weight loss. So I literally have a PLC from that message. So
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Comments? No. I know, like, my first conference, I was so excited to meet Brianne and Leah and Rochelle and, like, physically see them in person. And it was so awesome. I had met Brianne once before, but just to be, like, surrounded by these people, like, I know that when they get on a Zoom, or that, like, they don't seem like real people. Like, you don't know them. Because when the first time I met Brianne on a Zoom and she started talking about how she made $30,000 a month, I was like, "You're not real. Like, this isn't real life." And to be able to get to know them and to be in the same room with them and to eat with them and talk with them, like, they're real people and they're so down to earth. And it's just, I mean, Leah was inducted into the Millionaires Club this year, and, like, she made $1 million in her business over the last 7 years. Like, that's insane. And Brianne's made over $1 million. She's working on her second million. I mean, like, whoa, totally, like, life changing. I'm saying like a lot. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, I know Lindsay wants to talk about Mama B real quick, and then Stephanie said, for the mamas, how do you get comfortable adding people you don't know and posting about your kids without worrying they are creeps? Okay, so I usually look and see, I don't add men unless, like, I know them or they have, like, 85 mutual friends with my husband. Just because, like, I don't just randomly add them. If they're from a HAP, if they comment on a HAP, I will add them because they're mutual friends with somebody. If I get the creepy vibe after I add them, I delete them. But for women, like, if I have mutual friends and they're suggested friends, or they're in mom groups, like, I always, before, I don't just, like, add. I, like, click on every person. I click on their profile if it's open a little bit, and I can scroll and see what kind of posts they're having. Do they have kids? Do they not? Like, do I get the vibe like I could be friends with this person in real life? Because if somebody is just a little off to me, or, like, just doesn't jive with how I feel, I don't add them. Like, you're adding people to grow your network and to become friends with them through social media, and maybe eventually they might want to join your team, or they might want a product from you. But if, like, you don't jive with them just reading their profile, then that person you wouldn't want to bring into your business anyway. Does that make sense? If anybody else has any comments about how they add, I do it from groups and mutual friends and HAPs mostly.
same. So what I do is I literally will click on each profile, and anything that they have listed as, I go through their profile pictures. If they got any weird pictures, I just remove from my suggested friends. Another thing that I do if they're in my suggested friends, I see if any of you guys are suggested friends or like mutual friends, and I just remove. I don't even
Same.
attempt it because you guys are already working with that person. So, but I will look at the profile. I'll see if they're with It Works whatsoever, and unless it's like Brianne or somebody else, I don't add them either. I just keep going, but definitely if I see that it's a mom, yeah, because I can relate to you. So as long as the pictures aren't creepy or yeah, and definitely I don't do men either, not at all. So the only men on my Facebook are people I went to school with or family. So
And I mean, the biggest thing is to do host to post because you're growing your network organically. My goal is to get 10 up a day. I would say 7 minimum, because anybody that comments or likes, you're adding them, but they're already mutual friends with somebody else. So that's a way to easily grow your network without doing a lot of research, I guess. But I can tell you that like the research is going to pay off, because you're going to see, like, you want to look at the profiles and see if there's people that you might like. I mean, I've seen that post and I've put it up, like, I have 5 best friends, social media best friends, and they don't even know it yet. Like, I've been following them or we're friends, you know, and you find people that like you can jive with as a person, and those people are going to start to see you as you are, and you get to meet new people. Lindsay, you want to talk about Mama B?
Okay, so Mama B got up and talked on stage, and listening to her story was absolutely amazing. So she got up and talked, and she was a truck driver, and she would be driving across the United States, crazy, crazy, crazy amount of hours, guys. And what she did is she knew the goal that she needed, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but she wanted to go diamond. And she was going after diamond so that way she could not have to get in that truck and drive her truck anymore. And so she literally went live every night after she parked her truck. And on that live, she got a poster board and put how many days she was doing and going diamond. And from that, she would mark off the day and talk about what her goal was, or what she, like, products she was talking about, or the business opportunity. And she hit her goals in those days, guys. So that's one idea that you can kind of do. And I know we talk about like that we were able to meet these top leaders, and for some of you that are brand new into this business or anything like that, and it seems like they aren't real. Like, one thing for me that like Justin kind of said, like we were talking about like the Margaritaville trip that we got, and how like Justin is a very social butterfly and very social about everything. So we're going to be on this trip and he's going to be like talking to like Joel and Stephanie Dunn, and I'm just going to be sitting there like, what are you doing? Or like Jade Hooper or anybody, because he really doesn't know anybody in this business. And he's like, okay, well, guess what? They put their pants on the same way I do, one leg at a time. Guys, they're exactly the same. And I really need to get like over that. But like, it's the same people, guys. They, just like Justin said, they put their pants on one leg at a time. So we all get up in the morning, we all put our pants on one leg at a time and work this business the same. So it's not like they have anything more special than what we have. Like, most of us don't have this like I don't know, sales experience or anything like that. So we can do it, guys. So that's what I got to say. And I just realized my phone's at 2%.
Oh no. Thank you for sharing. Well, if nobody else has anything to add, we can wrap it up. Thank you guys for jumping on. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for the promotions that they have announced. I'm excited for all of the codes that we have, the $69 codes. They expire at the end of February. I'm excited for everybody to like plan to go to conference next year, because I want it to be even bigger than it was this year, and bring everybody with us to be able to meet everybody and experience all the things and take all the pictures and just it was life changing in a different way for me this year, and it's really, really cool to be able to like see that change in myself. We were up, I think I got like 9 hours of sleep over 4 days, and I paid for it when I got home, but it was way worth it. So I know a few of us were also feeling that. But if you guys don't have any questions or anything else, stop recording.